You know how when you're working on your drainage model, you have to minimize, open a new tab and go to HR welling first so we can get hydrological region, the SAR, soil type, all this information so we can calculate the runoff rate, the storage estimate so we can continue modeling? Well, Site3D's new update puts a stop to this, which is about time. In this tutorial, we're gonna show how we can get the discharge rate, the storage estimate, and also how to add a flow control unit within Site3D. Without further ado, let's begin. So this tutorial is gonna be actually very quick because it's all straightforward. So we're gonna go to the drainage analysis toolbar, and then we're gonna go to the quick storage estimate button. Now don't get confused, runoff rate isn't there. This window will appear and we have our map to the left and all the properties to the right. So if I start clicking on the map, you can see that value starts changing. So we know these are being picked up. I believe HR Welling Firm might have given them the license to, or they get the information from there. So I believe it's been vetted. So let's say our site is in Oxford and we want to do a total site area of 2. And you can see that the runoff rate is calculated automatically. So 3, or if we do total site area of 10, it's 17 now. But let's say we actually don't know the total site area, we need to figure it out. So they have this nice pick button where you can draw a boundary around the site. So let's say we're looking at these 2 parcels of the site. So let's say we're gonna do all this and right click finish. You can see it's 1.1 hectare and we just have to click again where it was. It's a little bug, which probably will be fixed in the next update for sure. It extracts the hydrological region, soil type index, SAR, runoff rate, M560 ratio R, and also tells us the rainfall intensity for the 6-hour storm, 100-year storm. It also tells us the impermeable areas that is to calculate the storage actually. So we want to do the impermeable 100%, climate change 40%, and I've done a video for climate change, you can watch it, link in the description below. Urban creep, it depends where we are, and minimum discharge rate of 2. So if we hit calculate, it will tell us, you know what, for this site area, based on this discharge rate of 2, so you can see the greenfield runoff rate is 1.86, but we said minimum is 2. So for 2 liters per second discharge rate, the storage required is 713. But if we change the minimum discharge rate, let's say to 10, and we hit calculate, you can see that the total storage dropped because it checks which one is lower, the minimum or the discharge rate. So if we go to 2 and change this one, we want it to 10, and you can see the greenfield runoff rate is 10, so the discharge rate is 10, which is slightly misleading, which I believe will be fixed in the next update. It's just, you know what you're doing, so you shouldn't be worried, oh, it says greenfield runoff 10. No, it's the value that you decided to put in there just to calculate your storage. So we know that we need 543. Now the next step usually is to add our flow control unit and then the storage. In this tutorial, we're just gonna stop at the flow control unit and we're gonna look later on about the storage. Before we continue to flow control, I just want to let you know that Site3D has given me a promo code, which if you use it in the next purchase of the Site3D license, you will get a 5% discount. Now the promo code details is in the detailed description below, and also it runs till the end of September. So to add the flow control unit, we're gonna go to the drainage tools, and then we're gonna go to manhole properties, and let's click on S2. Let's say we wanna put the flow control here. Usually I put it there, but it's a head wall, so let's put it in S2. You will see that this new group box appeared, so it's the flow control. So if we hit add, you can select a variety of options. So we go weir, orifice, vortex, echo, Qbar, storm break, hydro break. So if these are hydro breaks essentially, and if we select them, you can see all of them appear here as well. Now we're gonna do desired hand of 1 and flow control we set 10. And as soon as we finish typing those 2 inputs, it will start communicating with Hydro International through the API, I believe, because Hydro International changed from DLL file, which was let's say a list of commands or algorithm on how to calculate the head wall. It was originally installed with the software, but now it needs to communicate through their website. So I believe that you need to have internet connection for this. Don't take my word for it, but that's, I think, what my gut feeling says. And then you can see that we have the results, and if we hit OK, now you can see how to break optimum is there. We can edit it or delete it again, or we can add another one, let's say a weir, because we're doing a complex flow control. Let's say 100 mil. So if we hit OK, that's it. So you can see the symbol that we have now a flow control unit in there. So hope you found this tutorial useful, and I'll see you in the next one where we're gonna show you how to design the pond for the storage and run a simulation analysis also with it. Stay safe and see you in the next tutorial.